All right, so we are here today with Brother Willie Smith, and this is another episode of Harvest and Coaching. So this is a special episode for us today. I've been knowing Brother Willie Smith for about 15 years now. Time went by fast when you think about it. But I just want to give the community an invitation into your life and some of the great things that you've done. So first, tell us a little bit about yourself. You can even say how old you are if you're comfortable, because that's a blessing too.
That's a starting point.
That's a starting point right there. So go ahead.
Well, I'm 96 years old, and I have been retired for 30 years. I worked 43 years for one company. I spent 22 months in the Army.
Okay.
And worked with the one company for 43 years. I graduated from, I was in college when I graduated. It's the Cleveland State University in Cleveland, Ohio, with a bachelor's degree in chemistry. And I worked for McGee Chemical Company, which is located in Cleveland, for those for 43 years for that entire career. I worked for that company. I went to work for them between my junior and senior year, and I was drafted into the Army after getting a deferment to finish college. After serving the 2 years in the Army, I went back to the McGee, and started out as a control chemist. And I worked as a quality control chemist. And I worked as a research development chemist in electroplating.
You have a planes?
McGee was a company that manufactured and sold basic chemicals for electroplating, mainly for the automotive industry and the appliance industry. The nickel chrome plating chemicals, and the research was to develop products that the parts would be plated so that you would be nice and bright and shiny without having to spend labor to buff them and polish them. They would put them through the plating tanks, and they would come out bright and shiny without the labor. So the chemists were to develop processes that would allow eliminate labor to have the bumpers on cars and the trim on cars, and the tables for the right for the the houses, all of the bright parts. And later on, you had the wheels of the cars. So all of the bright metal that you see on cars, other vehicles, in houses, plated, and begin develop processes where the parts could be taken through these processes. It would come out bright, nice and bright on the other side of the line without having to exert labor to do it.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what got you into chemistry? Did you start when you were a child, or you found out when you were an adult?
Well, when I was in high school, I saw an article in the Pittsburgh Courier. There was a black chemist, and I'm forgetting his name, who was working for DuPont, and of course, this was the time when George Washington Carver was a chemist, a scientist, and this caused me to be interested and wanted to also be a chemist. And I attended school. Of course, I was born in Alabama, and I attended school, high school in Alabama, and I was valedictorian of my class, and I had scholarship at Alabama State and in other black colleges, but I saw that I felt that if I wanted to work as a chemist, I was going to be competing with other white chemists. They would be my competition. So I felt that I should go to a white college where I would be competing with white students to get my degree. So I wanted to go to a white college. And that was no mean thing during that time. There were very few black students in the white colleges. My family had moved to Cleveland, Ohio, was moving to Cleveland, Ohio. So I had applied to Western Reserve University. At the time, you had to take an entrance exam. I didn't, you could take the exam in the fall or in the spring. And of course, in the fall, I was in Alabama and I wasn't able to, I didn't come up to Cleveland to take it. I took the exam after I graduated. And so I wanted accepted. So I went in to see the registrar to see why I wasn't accepted. He said you had a very high score, but we had filled the quota. He says, why did you take the exam in the fall? I says, well, I couldn't. I was in school in Alabama. I couldn't get up to take the exam. I was in school. And he says, well, you had a very high score, but we fulfilled the quota. He says, if either one of these 6 black students, Negroes called at the time, we were Negroes, drop out, you'll get the position. I didn't make much of a reserve. So someone told me, my sister worked for the Johnsons of Howard Johnson. And Mr. Johnson told me that the Finn College is a new, relatively new school, and they were producing chemists and technical students that were actually better performers in the workplace than Western Reserve. That was the other school in Cleveland, and that I should see if I couldn't get in school there. So I did, and I did get accepted. They had one black professor there, a guy named Cliff Graves. He was a professor in the sociology department. And I talked to the registrar when I told him about the problems I'd had at Western Reserve. And so he sent me over to talk to Cliff Graves, and they had, I remember, they only had, I believe, 25 black students.
For the whole university?
In that university.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And you ended up being one of those students?
One of those 25.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah.
Now speaking of one of the 25, how did because we met at church at Bethel AME, how has your faith helped you, or how did your faith help you during that time, being one of 25 blacks at a predominantly white university during, I'm sure, a difficult time?
Well, it was everything. My family, I have 2 sisters, no brothers, and my youngest sister was 17 years older than I am. So I grew up with like 3 brothers. They were like brothers, and they decided that I was going to go to college. And they decided that I was going to be successful, and they pushed me. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And then those 25, did you all ever, your family pushing you and talking with those other 25 students, if you, talked a lot,
Yeah.
did you all like ever pray together, go to church together? Because I know you
Oh,
talked.
yes, we sort of connected.
Okay.
And in Cleveland at the time, you had Cleveland State, Penn College was called in.
Mm-hmm.
You had Western Reserve.
Mm-hmm.
You had Case Institute.
Mm-hmm.
You had, what was the Catholic school? You had about 5 colleges in that Cleveland area, Baldwin Wallace.
Mm-hmm.
And you had a few black students at each one of them.
Mm-hmm.
The black students at each one of them, we sort of connected. Which would be in ways that you wouldn't do now. For instance, fraternities.
Mm-hmm.
I was at Alpha.
Mm. Oh, you were in Alpha?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
I just found it out. I didn't know you had pledged or, became a member organization. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's what's up.
yeah.
Well, look, shout out to the Alphas. I'm an IOTA,
Okay.
but yeah, I didn't know that you were Alpha for Alpha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
President of Pi Chapter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah.
See, that's history that you sharing with us right now.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, Alpha was not a Penn College fraternity.
Mm.
It was a Cleveland.
Mm.
So all of the colleges in the Cleveland area were, it was one chapter.
Mm.
And we would be at the YMCA on a weekend, like on a Sunday.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah,
That's good.
and so because the fraternities were not integrated.
Mm-hmm. So you had to meet separately. You had to meet away from the school.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes
we
sense.
didn't have to meet away from school,
Uh-huh.
but we didn't have to meet away from school, but all of the schools, so what schools you'd have to,
Oh. Okay. Now you had at one point, I think before I got to Hampton, Virginia, I heard that you did something like it was a men's workshop that you did for a few weeks.
yes.
Can you tell us more about that workshop that you did for the men? I think it was a book, and just tell us more information about that, and maybe we can do something like that in the future.
Experiencing God.
Mm.
You have that?
We don't have a book here, but
Okay.
We don't have.
but it was experiencing.
We don't have a book here.
And look, his wife is talking. If you hear in the background, she keeping us in check. That's Sister Juanita Smith. So, but yeah, okay, experiencing. But you did. It was called Experiencing God. That was the workshop.
Yes.
Okay.
That's just the workshop.
Okay.
Experiencing God. Right before I left California, the pastor at my church, at the beginning of the conference here, got this book, Experiencing God, and he took the congregation through this workshop. Met on Wednesday night, and I was not able to attend because for the 6 months before I retired, I was traveling because I visited all of our customers in this country and overseas. So I was either somewhere in this country or in another country or just about on every Wednesday night. So I really could participate, did participate. So when our last day, Sunday, at my church, when Juanita and I was moving, I retired, and I was moving to Virginia from California. John, my pastor there, gave us, he called us to his office, and he says, I think you two would do well to go through this workshop together, you know, experiencing God. And so we took it, and to put through into the briefcase, and it stayed there for, I guess that January, it was a year and a half.
It stayed there for a while.
For a year and a half, yeah. Yeah. So one January, I guess it was maybe a year and a half after that, we pulled it out and decided, you know, we'll our resolution this year is we'll do Experiencing God, that John gave us. This is maybe a year and a half after. And so we went through it, Experiencing God. But that's how we got to do it.
And then you brought that to
And
Bethel.
so I brought that to the men's group.
Okay.
And we still do that,
Yeah.
Experiencing God.
Yeah.
I took the men through that at Bethel.
Yeah. Now, how long is that? Is it like 8 weeks, 12 weeks? How long is
12 weeks.
12 weeks?
12 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you feel like doing it with the men, you know, and that's good because sometimes men have a hard time going to church because they feel like they can do it on their own or figure it out. So for you to do Experiencing God with the group of men, do you believe that was beneficial to them?
Oh yes, we had, I had 60-some men.
Wow.
Came out, I think 64 men. We came out on Saturday morning.
Okay.
And it was, how long is that? How many weeks is that?
It was 12 weeks long.
It's a 12-week long, yeah.
And then they consistently came?
Oh yeah, it came,
Wow.
yeah. And what we did, we had 60, it was 64, it was over 60. It was at least 8, there were 8 groups. And there were at least 8 in each group.
In each group?
In each group.
Wow.
So we broke it down into 8 groups.
Well, that's something we don't meet every week, but I've started a group at Bethel called Let's Talk Like Men. And that group, we meet once a month. And it's kind of a mental health group, but also like a spiritual development group for men. And you just come and you just talk. And I think, you know, things like that, especially what you did and what's going on now, we really want to create a space where men feel comfortable, you know, talking about God, learning about God, and also sharing their experiences with other guys, just to talk.
That Experiencing God was, it was sort of, it was an opportunity to get together, and we broke it down. Instead of having this whole big group discuss it, we broke it down into the 8
groups.
And
they split off.
Yeah.
And that way they can work
You had
together.
the same 8.
Okay.
So you had 8 group leaders. See?
Okay.
You had the same group. So you met, and they would talk to each other during the week.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they would, we would have come together for devotion, and then you would break out into your group. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was the church, the men were really became very active in the church after that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to get, more men involved.
Yeah.
I guess we'll be wrapping up soon, but I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's, hard for men to come to church nowadays? Previously more men would come to church, want to learn about God and do different things. Why do you think it's harder for men to come to church like they used to?
Well, that's what we were saying back.
Back then?
Back then.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, 64 men, that's a lot of men. Well, okay, yeah.
So I think it's just being they don't come to church like women.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a different. So that's how we got into
Experiencing God. I like that. Okay.
You try to get men involved.
To get them coming back.
Yeah, right.
Well, and the last thing is that you're 96 years old. That's definitely a blessing. What's something you would like to leave? If you had some knowledge or one or two sentences you would like to leave for people my age group, a little bit older or younger, that can help us get through life a little better, especially with how difficult times are now.
Well, I think it's different than we can't go back to doing things the way they used to do.
You gotta move forward.
You gotta adopt these new ways of communicating. And I say that to also point out that 90-year-olds, don't ask them to start acting like teenagers. You don't get the impact, and it doesn't affect other young people. And so you've been that person who's helped us with that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah.
That's it, man. You got to take care of yourself now.
Well.
Thank you again, Ms. Smith, for allowing us to come out.
You want to hire me for your set there right there?
We got a new staff member.
That's a nice baby I see her just in there just kicking and doing.
All right, y'all. See you later.